Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time for another episode of Christmas Tina. Let's continue the story. So we are starting our job basically of living together in this place. So yeah, let's see. Why there's no saved games? Oh, because this is chapter. So do I click just chapter? Yep. Okay, so let's go with the jealousy this time. I wonder what the jealousy is going to be about. I mean, about what? They both need this work basically, so are they going to be jealous of like some kind of like each other things that they have? Or is Kana going to be the only jealous or something? And so I slept in Tokyo for the first time, vaguely angry with what he seems like inconsiderate behavior to me. What had seemed like, yeah. They had no worries in the world, living a blessed life they didn't appreciate. Interesting. So basically this is going to be the jealousy for people that live in Tokyo, because they don't have such a harsh life as like the outskirts and stuff like they had. This is going to be an interesting chapter, so maybe they're going to bond over this. That they're like in kind of similar situation, I guess. They both struggled with the financial situation and their dreams. Okay. The woman from the real estate company explained us what we had to do. Okay, where to live in the old station, and I had to live there with him. Yep. That's weird, at least, if anything. I'll make it a bit louder. I glanced over the station building. It wasn't all that large. There probably weren't that many rooms inside. We're going to run into each other a lot. Yep, gotta figure something out. It had taken me the whole day to find this job. The money wasn't bad, and I had the place to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to work. Real estate speculation? Okay. No luck. He couldn't understand me. It was part of a bigger problem. I was a shy sort of person in a way, and did badly in dealing with people. Sorry I'm checking the audio, but maybe they're actually way too loud. Now I think about this, compared to the music. No speaking the same language was kept the grace. He was a young man as well. He didn't seem like a bad person, but since I had no idea what he was thinking, I was still afraid. Actually, maybe it wasn't that bad. Sorry about that. What do you mean, find a way to split money correctly? Like, it's 50-50. What is there like in finding the way to split money? What do you mean? Like, the company employer basically told you that you're going to split 50-50. There's nothing to debate about. I let him to ponder whatever he was thinking about, and looked around inside. First I checked the area outside. The entire plot was properly fenced. The opening I had entered through was the only one. Crowds passed by, just past the fence. Weren't far from the main station. Perhaps people were always going to be just outside. relief because I was going to leave with a man I didn't know. I only had to walk for perhaps 5 seconds to go outside. My greatest fear was dissipating, and now I had the mind to investigate the building I was supposed to live in. Okay, that's quite good, I guess, then. I'll just increase volume globally. That maybe like that. God damn it, I don't know. There was an old washing machine at the end of the platform. It was an old combination washer and dryer, but it looked functional. Okay. Yeah, looks like it. Like the waiting area for the train. It was just an empty room. But it seems like there were benches in here originally. Considering the room probably hadn't been used in years, it was surprisingly clean. There was a large window, making the room quite bright. Okay. Okay, so there's still danger of some people coming in from outside. Of course, the waiting room doesn't have a lock, I thought. And the room did look comfortable if I put a foot on the bed inside. Some kind of storage? Perhaps it's been a night duty room for the employees to sleep in. We had a similar room at school. Oh, okay. Already having tatami mats laid out was nice, but the room was pretty small. The window was also tiny, making the room quite dark. However, the door could be locked. This was the room the builders had expected someone to stay in. Because it's so small. I could always try putting a lock on the door, yeah. I couldn't change a room's size. I spent some more time exploring the building. The only rooms suitable for habitation were the two I had found earlier. I also found a kitchen with a small sink and a gas stove. There was also a small bath and a toilet. Okay. So pretty functional, everything seems to be. Alright. We will have to share those, but with everything we needed. Yeah. The thing is, you cannot communicate, and that's going to just end up with who's going to give up the big room, basically. Because I think the guy is also going to think about the big room. I decided to talk to him. Also, he doesn't seem to be the type that would just like back off, basically, and tell, oh yeah, you can take this room. I don't... Like, he didn't give me the vibe of the guy that would do that. You know? Maybe I'm wrong about him, but we'll see. I also didn't want to have to argue about it later, so I had to settle this question as early as possible. Yeah.
来得正好，我刚做这个。
Ah. I looked at him in confusion. He handed me a notebook of sorts. Okay. I looked inside. He said the columns organized by day and hour. Okay, there was room in the rows to put the check mark. About what?
两个人一起工作的话，用得上吧？
Oh, he's like very organized, so it's like a cleaning duty and stuff. Okay. Problem is, we still don't know each other. Like, we have no idea what we're talking about. I had no idea what he was saying, but I took this as confirmation. we're splitting the hourly wage. But this was a better way to organize it. Oh. Oh, so he came up with the idea of like, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't thought about this because like, if they would just split 50-50, then one of them could just like be lazy all day around and still get paid, and that's not fair. So they will just going to organize by who's doing how much work, basically. This is good, I like it. Okay, cool. I haven't thought about this. The clothes were very detailed. 0, 10, 20... What the fuck, is it like 10 minutes? Intervals? What the hell? AM, PM, okay. There were enough of them to distinguish 10 minutes intervals. I had a feeling he was a huge miser. Okay.
それよりも部屋のことなんだけど。
I realized he wasn't going to understand me, and gestured at myself and him.
こっちが私、あっちがあなた。
I pointed towards the waiting room and myself. Next I pointed at the night duty room and him.
啊，你想用那个房间，是这个意思吗？
Okay, we're getting somewhere. He was saying something and pointed at the waiting room and me. Apparently I had gotten through to him.
どうかな。私、待合室を使いたいんだけど。
Okay.
明白了。
Oh, okay, I was totally wrong about him. He's way nicer than I expected. Okay. I mean, I guess like he's just like a guy that wants to go to the college, I guess, you know. So I don't know why I thought like he's not going to be nice. I don't know why I thought that. I literally have no idea. But I was wrong, I'm sorry. He's awesome. You know that. Big pile or something? Perhaps it just meant yes in Chinese.
那这屋归你，我用那边的。
Okay. He took his belongings and carried them to the night duty room. That room was quite small. I would have expected more reluctance, but he was fine with it.
それとも私に譲ってくれたのだろうか。
Yeah, but there's also a possibility that it's just like normal for him, you know? It's like normal living condition for him, I guess. Like having a small room and stuff. Might be. My first impression had been fairly low. At the time, she'd made him look like the stickler. So that had clouded my view of him.
もしかして。
It does seem like it, yeah. Just needed to find a way to communicate with each other. I'd have to buy a lock for my room. Makes sense. The sky was beginning to darken as I left to wander Harajuku. Okay, there we are on the streets again. The area in front of the station of Takeshita Street was still bustling. I found a small general store and I bought a lock for my room. Okay. That's an old lock. I mean, it looks kind of beaten up already. I could put it on my sliding door from the inside. It was quite small, but it was better than nothing.
これで少しは
Yeah,
安心かな。
sure will feel a bit safer. Even under the assumption that he was a good person, I didn't have to courage to sleep in the unlockable room, knowing that he was nearby.
それにしても、ここはすごいところだね。
Okay, so jealousy is going to about her talking about Tokyo living life, yeah. I could see dancing girls wearing strange clothes and people playing the guitar on the sidewalk. Whenever I looked, Harajuku was full of young people. All the girls my age were wearing adorable clothes. Compared to them, I looked incredibly shabby in my tracksuit.
私もあ 服が欲しくないわけじゃないけど。
I had to resist the urge. Saving up money came first. Yeah. Sister comes first. Basically. So I ignored the clothing stores I walked past. And instead bought 2 meals at a hot bento store. I love how the story starts and like all of this is like the story of the person that cares about their family basically and just like sacrifice basically herself for a sister. And showing how hard it is to actually save money. You know? I ignored the clothing store. I was instead bought 2 meals at a hot bento store. Oh, she got actually for a bento for the guy too. One was for me and the other for him. Yeah, okay. It was the cheapest kind, a seaweed bento. I love it that she actually instantly considered that she will buy a meal for him as well. This is awesome, I love it. I'd considered not buying one for him, but opted to do so after all. Yeah, that's why I think it's amazing. It was evening already, and he might not have anything to eat yet. Awesome.
そうだ、電話しないと。
I walked to a room, to the roadside telephone booth. Sorry. My family was probably worried about me, having gone to Tokyo alone. Are you going to tell that you're living with some guy?
桜井です。
あ、お母さん、カンナ。
東京はどう？何か困ったことない？
うん、大丈夫。
Okay, I explained to my mother the general situation. My parents were worried about me all alone. I told them I found a job. Since the telephone in the old station wasn't usable yet, I gave them the number of the real estate company.
そう、よかったわね。
I have a feeling like the audio in the game is very inconsistent. You know, like some of the voices are so silent and some of them are so loud. I will have troubles like making some correct audio and editing. But yeah, my answers were vague. I told them that there were 2 of us doing the job, but I didn't tell them that he was a man. That would just have worried them. Of course I didn't tell them that he was a foreigner and that I couldn't understand him.
でもあなたって昔から何でも我慢するところは無理しないで気をつけてね。
Huh?
わかった。ありがとう。
I hung up and retrieved my telephone card from the slot. My telephone card was already down to half of its charge.
いる速さが家までの距離なんだ。
Yeah. So we will have to get also a new telephone card, it seems, soon. I hadn't really been paying attention to the train but now I realized how far I traveled. Yeah. I love how they like made animated backgrounds. This is cool. I went back to the area in the front of the station. People around me were giving me accusatory looks. They've been staring at me in the morning too, but now it was far more overt.
ダサい。何あの子。
God damn it, I hate this. And one would thought that we escaped from the stairs. I couldn't hear them talking about me. At least I was fairly sure they were talking about me. Some girls even talked to me directly.
ちょっと、あんた何なの？
I hate this. What the fuck?
私？
Why some random people? I hate this. Oh, these bitches. Like, go away. A girl I've never seen before was talking to me. Taxis are fucking awesome. Get lost. The girls were all wearing cute, frilly clothes.
何よそのジャージは。
Yeah, I'm working out. I'm just like running. Unlike you.
田舎者はここ来ないでよね。恥ずかしい。
God, I hate them. Oh my god. My frustration is just going over the roof. I hate this so much. Oh, I don't know what to say. I ignored the pain in my leg and hurried away from them. I'd come to work. Yeah, and she doesn't have the crutches with her too. Right. I wonder if like something would happen to her leg because she's not using the crutches as much as she should. I mean, she should have like a year of rehabilitation, right? Or something. I forgot how, or maybe 2 months. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. I wasn't that fun like them. It didn't matter whenever I was wearing tracksuit. I took all I had to tell myself that. This suck. Oh my god. Ah. As the sky was beginning to grow dark, I arrived back at the old station. I was carrying the lock I'd bought at the general store, and the 2 seaweed bentos.
ここだったら大丈夫かな。
Okay, to eat. I hid my crutches next to the entrance again.
回来啦？你去哪儿了？
Oh, okay. Well, that's surprising.
ただいま。
I barely finished hiding the crutches, and so I was a little startled. I didn't understand him, but answered anyway. He probably just said a greeting.
そのお弁当買ってきたんだけど。
Okay.
外边差不多天黑了吧？
のり弁だけど、よかったら食べますか？
He doesn't understand you. Just show the bento. Just shove it into his hands.
啊，对了，刚才做的公式表。
Naturally, we had no idea what the other was saying. We could communicate only very simple things. Anything a little complicated was too much. Maybe he would understand if I gave him the bento. Yeah, pretty much. The thing is, like, I decided this was a good idea and tried to give him the bag. Okay.
那这个就先。
And he just ignored you. Okay.
何？
He's about the spreadsheet. He gave me something first. Okay. Interesting. Oh, the spreadsheet. Yeah. Okay.
あのタイムカード。
Okay. It was the book he showed me before I left. There were check marks in 10 minutes increments. And for today, from 1620 to 1740, there were just dashes.
这样可以吧？
Interesting. I didn't have to ask to know that dashes meant absent. I have been present and have been working. Oh, okay. I see.
有了这个，我们就比较好分清楚了。
I had no idea what he was saying, as always, but I could imagine what it was.
哦，不过你是17:45回来的，还少一个对吧？
He had another dash. Then he pointed enthusiastically at his watch. Apparently, we're rounding up. Okay.
怎么样？是不是很方便？
やっぱりあなたケチだね。
Huh. Good person or bad person, that much was certain. I didn't offer him the bento I bought.
あなたどうしてそんなに細かいのよ。
那个，这附近有没有食堂啊？
Oh.
私だって別に細かいこと言いたくないけど。
Being treated as absent if we're away, the old station was not a problem for me. Having a timesheet like that was also a good idea.
でも今から適用することないよね。
啊，其实我想去买点菜回来自己做的。
Yeah, okay.
あなただって
Wow, that's conversation.
いろいろと買い出しも必要でしょ。
I love how they're playing with this. I love the concept. Haven't seen this in visual novels. Such a, like, you know, misunderstanding and not understanding each other that will, like, ultimately, like, make them getting closer together.
哦，对了，我在站台旁边找到了洗衣机。
We're making the progress. I had no idea what he was thinking about.
もういい。それじゃあ
Okay.
喂，话说这儿好像没通电啊。
Okay. He was still talking, but I ignored him. Instead, I went to my room and the waiting room. So he didn't get the bento. Ultimately.
あいつせっかくお弁当も買ってきてあげたのに。
Yeah, you didn't give him this bento, actually. I mean, you tried, but you decided not to at the end. People had made fun of me in the front of the main station. Yeah, fuck them. My legs were hurting because I was walking without my crutches. Yeah, don't do that.
まあいいわ。それよりも鍵を取り付け
I'm afraid about her legs, actually. I'm very curious if, like, at some point, I'm kind of afraid that at some point something will crack in her leg, basically, and she's going to be, you know, bedridden. Basically, she's going to lie in the room all the time, and she will be unable to work, and she's going to feel bad about this and stuff. You know, she's going to get into depression. And then maybe the guy will show up as like someone who's like actually a very caring person or something, you know. There can be a lot, but I'm very afraid about the situation with her leg, actually. It's coming up constantly, so I'm very afraid of this. It wasn't hard to install the lock since I only cared about being able to lock it when I was inside. I bought some glue at the store while I was there. Okay.
ちょっと薄暗くなってきた。
Yeah, you have no power. I tried switching the light on.
あれ？電気がつかない。
Yeah. Communication problems. You should work this out. At first I thought the bulb might be old and broken, but the problem turned out to be more fundamental.
もしかして
Yeah.
電気が止まっているんじゃ。
It wasn't surprising the more I thought about it. It was probably that nobody had used the building in years. It was going to be very dark soon. The electric heaters weren't going to work either. If only I'd known about this before the sun went down. It was quite cold.
これはちょっとピンチかも。
Okay. I hurried out of my room. Most stores were going to close soon. There wasn't much time left to buy anything.
怎么了？什么事儿这么着急？
大変よ。ここ電気が来てないの。
He knows.
我正好要出门呢。
Okay. No chance. There's no way to have a conversation. Yeah. I tried to ignore him and just leave, but
那刚
he's
才的
going.
公式表我贴墙上了。
I will pin this on the wall. God damn it, the timesheet again. He seems to be talking about the timesheet again and how to use it. That was a good idea and everything, but he didn't have the time. We didn't have the time. The stores were going to get close.
じゃあ私また外に。
关于这个记录的方式，让对方来填比自己来填要好吧？
Okay. So you mark him, he marks you. Okay.
ここにチェック入れたらいいのね。
Oh, or
去
that.
买东西了，你帮我填一下吧。
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so what I said, like you mark him, he marks you. He handed me a pen. Apparently I had gotten through to him. Not exactly the same idea, but we're getting there. I tried to make myself absent, but
画错了，是我那栏。
なんか
你还没有发现吧？这儿现在没通电，所以我要出去买东西。吃的也还没买。
yeah. You had pretty much the same idea, both of you.
いやだから何言ってるか。
天已经开始黑了。
もう そんな怒ったみたい言わないで
He
よ。
was getting agitated now, and I had no idea what the problem was. He seems angry and I was a little scared.
好吧，总之我要出门了。
ちょっとどこ行くのよ。
Okay. I like how this is going. I really like this concept. Never heard something like this. He ignored me and left. I was left behind on a rapidly darkening platform. I resisted the urge to simply leave as well. Someone had to stay behind and watch the old station.
でもなんか
Yeah,
本気
she have no idea that he went to shop and to get something for the power. What can you get for the power? Like generator? Like these are like pretty expensive. Or like maybe candles at least? To have some light maybe? Maybe some warm clothes or something for the night? By the time he got back, it was going to be too late to buy anything. I tried to tell him we didn't have the power. I still had his bento too.
もう知らない。
Yeah, the misunderstanding is hard. I love how this is going, but I also hate this at the same time. Like, this miscommunication is so painful sometimes. I ate the seaweed bento alone in the dark room, yeah. I haven't forced myself to eat the bento I'd failed to give to him.
苦しい。
And he's going to come back, and he's going to make you a dinner. Because he said he would like to make a food for food himself. He will assume that you didn't eat. You haven't ate. Oh my god. My stomach was filled, but my anger hadn't dissipated. I peeked outside my room. He wasn't back yet. I looked around my room and saw nothing to sleep on. All I had was a small blanket I had brought with me. It was have to ward off the cold at night alone.
よし。今日は
I declared to the dark room. So, can I somehow make it so when I click the button, the audio will text delivery volume interrupt, just in case, because it kind of feels weird when I click at the end and they're still talking. I don't know, I will see. I usually wait until they finish the sentence anyway, but sometimes when I do this too early, it's kind of weird when I can like read already, but I can still hear them. So I'd like to be able to cut them off at the end, sometimes. And so I slept in Tokyo for the first time, vaguely angry with what it seems to be inconsiderate behavior to me. My chest hurting from having eaten too much, and even forgetting to lock the door.
商店还是都关门了。
Okay, we're back to his perspective. I looked around the main station a little, but there weren't many electric appliances stores anyway. It was mostly clothing stores. Many skyscrapers were just office buildings. I'd also looked for the stores selling bentos, but they were closed as well. I briefly considered eating at a proper restaurant, but the prices were far too high.
来之前是听说过物价贵，可这物价也太离谱。
Okay. Simple meal easily came in at 1,050 yen, 1,500 yen. Perhaps this area was unusually expensive. Yeah, it's Tokyo. On a side note, at this time, an important city official in China in perhaps 100 yuan a month. I don't know what's the ratio yuan to yen. Okay. It was about, oh, okay. 3,400 Japanese yen, okay. Important city official. Yen. What? That's not even 3 meals at restaurant in Tokyo. Important city official. Okay, this is fucking terrible. What? A month? Jesus. It was insane to me that a single meal could cost almost half their monthly salary. Yeah. Of course, I knew the wages tend to reflect the cost of living in our cases as well. Okay, so like, your food was like, I don't know, 10 yen. Maybe, okay. Either way, there was no comparison to China. You were getting 400 yen per hour doing nothing. Even splitting the wage with her, I was getting 480 yen per day.
只要节约点，马上就能攒一大笔钱了。
I guess, yeah, like, you basically in a day get more money than like important people for a month. You pretty much you are going to be like rich as hell when you get back to China. Wow. In the end, all I managed to buy were candles and no food. I was going to starve to death, but since I didn't know when the power would be back, candles are more important. I wonder if he's going to be angry, because he might see that like there's like empty bento boxes, basically. I wonder if this is going to be this. Like, she's going to see him like bringing back the light, basically, and a little bit of warmth, I guess, from the candles, but she ate the bento that she was supposed to give him. Maybe he's like, you know, stomach is going to burp or something too. Misunderstanding again. There was no response. Her room was totally dark.
已经睡了。
I wasn't sure, but I wasn't the kind of man who entered the girl's room without permission. Okay, so... skip to the morning, I guess. Maybe not yet. I'm back to my room. There I lit one of the candles I just bought. My room was very small, but had traditional Japanese tatami mats. Those were rare, and I liked the room because of them.
真是忙碌的。
Okay. My first day in Japan. My first day at work. I met a lot of people. Perhaps I'd been lucky. I didn't think many found an agreeable job so quickly. The wage was good as well, even split. Plans to sleep had been my biggest worry, and that was solved.
这种工作，应该就是所谓的台地价吧。
Yeah, I'm very curious, like, what this job is about. I had read up on a variety of things before coming to Japan. If someone was living on a property, then it wasn't possible to demolish the building or sell the plot. Okay. So this is, like, they said like they want to demolish this. So someone wants to buy this and make it impossible to demolish, so they installed them here so other people cannot buy this plot here? Maybe that's the case? I don't know who was profiting from this ploy, but earning money just from living there seems like a very Tokyo kind of thing. It was of course legally a bit of grey area. The books I'd read associated with the Yakuza.
姓江的虽然有点信不过，
Yeah, I guess. It didn't seem like a dangerous job. The most important proof of that had been Jiang trying to get me to a better paying one. I needed money, but I was confident I could do it properly. I wanted to retake the university entrance exams. Mad amounts of money weren't necessary for that. I wasn't going to destroy myself in pursuing the pile of dough. It hadn't even been my fault I'd failed the exam. I'm very curious about this one.
还真是有点冷啊。
We don't know why he failed the exam, because he said like it's not his fault. But whose fault is that then? I whispered and looked into the closet. Inside were a couple of futons and blankets. They smelled a little moldy, but quite suitable to fight off the cold. We could buy the new blankets soon. Yeah. I hadn't eaten anything all day. I'd only bought candles.
说起来，那个女孩没事吧？
Yeah, I mean, you can just go there and knock to the door, you know? You have, like, blankets, you can, like, try to give to her the blankets. I was curious. My room had originally been intended for habitation, I thought. But hers hadn't. It's just a waiting room with nothing in it. Yeah, so like your room is probably more isolated and more warm. I haven't considered that as well. This is a very good point. You haven't thought about this as well. It probably didn't have a futon or a blanket. Yeah.
给她送个蜡烛和毛毯。
I decided to check up on her. Okay, good. I left my room and walked to her room and the waiting room. Knock. I hesitated to enter the girl's room at such an hour. I could feel my own nervousness. If I was lucky, she might share her food with me. Yeah, that's not happened already. Not happening. It seems like a good enough excuse to lightly knock on her door. Okay. The room was dark. Perhaps she was already sleeping.
喂，你睡了吗？我拿蜡烛过来。
Okay. There was no answer. It seems reasonable to assume she was sleeping. I considered going back, but then entered her room. I could still put a blanket on her.
那我进来了。
Okay. I wonder if this is going to create distrust, you know? Like, she's going to get scared that she forgot to lock the door and he just entered the room. Nervously, I walked inside. I could see her curled up on the floor, wrapped in the thin blanket. The room was dark. Her breath was slightly uneven, and she seems to be cold.
这屋子里果然没有被子。
Yeah. I leaned over to put the blanket I bought on her, but my eyes fell on something else.
这是吃完的盒饭。
Okay, yeah. I wonder what is going to happen. Like, maybe he's not going to give her a blanket at all because he's going to be, oh, she ate 2 bentos. She had 2 and she didn't share, so why should I? Wow, this is going so, like, in hills and downs. I love this. And I hate this at the same time. But mostly I love how they portrayed the miscommunication here of them both. As they're like 2 totally like strange people to each other. It looked like 2 bentos. There were 2 plastic boxes in the bag. I remember them. She brought them back earlier. Apparently, she had bought one for me, then decided against it and ate them both.
我干了什么惹她生气的事了吗？
I couldn't remember anything. After all, I was bringing her a candle and a blanket. It had taken all I had to overcome my nervousness and enter the girl's room.
算了，晚安吧。
I left her room again. I took the candle and the blanket back with me. Yeah, okay. So I guess that's right. From the platform I looked at the old rails. I didn't feel like sleeping in my room yet.
我倒也不是生气，
I looked at the candle in my hand. I didn't want to make a big deal out of the single bento. I just felt they were pampered. I felt that way about everyone I'd sent that day. All those young people took their blessed environment for granted. It annoyed me, probably because we're all the same age. I would never have considered such an environment possible, but I'd grown up. So it's about his jealousy, actually. I looked at the sky and sighed at my breath considered in the air. The winter constellations were sparkling above. The perspective seems to be quite different. We're quite some distance to the east, I thought.
那个女孩不用上学的吗？
Yeah. There's a lot of things that you don't know about each other. And won't know until you can actually like, speak or write to each other. She looked like she was still in high school. Japanese compulsory education went until middle school. But essentially everyone stayed until the end of the high school, I remembered. Even if it was the winter holidays, the job ran for a year. She probably wasn't going to school at all.
我可是想去上大学，都没去成啊。
And it had been my fault. I'd failed. So I'd come to Japan to make money. I so want to know about this. I really want to know about this. They had no worries in the world, living the blessed life they didn't appreciate. This I decided. Wow, what a view. That was my main impression after the day in Tokyo. Yeah, like, the people that she met as well, like, they were assholes. But he doesn't know about her as well. Because he just assumed, like, she's just not going to school or something, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I have a feeling like he have this, like, he said he thinks about all the people there the same. So he thinks the same about Kana too. But yeah, that's it for this episode. That's for the jealousy. Very interesting interaction and like character development for both of them. We have like so many up and hills and downs here in this story. I'm very curious when they will be able to like properly communicate, like on like some. I mean, they can communicate on like very basic level right now, like, you know, the checkbox and stuff, but this is still not even this is not perfect. But I'm very curious when they're like going to ramp this up and start like understanding each other, you know. I'm very curious where this is going. This is concept I haven't seen the visual novels, and I'm very happy I'm playing this. So thank you for your recommendation and for being with me here for the Christmas Tina. So I will see you in the next episode. So thank you for being with me. So click that like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and you can also become a member if you would like to support me, see this episodes earlier, and without ads. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you everyone in the next one. So for the Pocket Watch is going out.